lovely people, I'm Nicole and today I want to talk about the MCU and books. So this is part 2 of a 3-part series I'm doing in which I recommend books based on your favorite Marvel movie. Today I'm going to be focusing on Phase 2, Iron Man 3 through Ant-Man. If you missed my first video in which I cover Phase 1, I will link it in the doobly-doo. So jumping right in with Iron Man 3, the book I would recommend for that is Heartless by Marissa Meyer. This book is an origin story for the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, and I think that this works well with Iron Man 3 because both of them are really good character studies that attempt to answer questions along the lines of what happens when someone is stripped down to their bare minimum, bare essentials, just them with no bells and whistles. How do you then rebuild yourself into the person you were meant to be? And what happens when you try to hold on too tightly to who you used to be or this ideal image of who you should be? Next up is Thor: Dark World, and while not commonly chosen as a favorite, if you liked Thor: Dark World, I would recommend A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle. This is a classic children's novel that involves traveling through space trying to save the ones you love. And something about the Aether in Dark World reminded me of the darkness in A Wrinkle in Time, in that it's this kind of nebulous thing that like gets inside you and corrupts you from the inside out. And also I just really like this book. Next up is Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and if you love Winter Soldier, I would recommend Red Rising by Pierce Brown. This is a sci-fi series that takes place in a world where the upper class have been kind of enhanced in a Captain America Winter Soldier-ish way. They're taller, they're stronger, and this series follows a man who infiltrates the upper class in order to help and bring justice for his people. It has a lot of the same kind of a little bit touch of army style espionage spy elements that Winter Soldier has, and some of the same doing the hard thing but the right thing for the people you love. The next movie is Guardians of the Galaxy, and if you love Guardians of the Galaxy, I would recommend Starflight by Melissa Landers. Similar to Guardians, this book is an epic space adventure with a great team of heroes. The plot kicks off when a spoiled rich boy is framed for murder, so he and his school rival trick their way onto a spaceship with kind of a ragtag crew in order to get safe passage to the Outer Realm. Next up is Avengers: Age of Ultron, and if you love Age of Ultron, I would recommend The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. This book is about a teenage girl who's getting justice for when her sister was assaulted and murdered 3 years ago. Female of the Species is a great fit for fans who love Ultron because, like Ultron, the main character in this book sees the worst of humanity and decides to take matters into her own hands. There's a similar question of, is doing something typically considered bad for the right reasons okay, and how far is it okay to go in order to get justice? And the final movie in Phase 2 is Ant-Man, and for this I would recommend Learning to Spare in America by Katie Kennedy. This book has all the humor, fun science, and just a dash of kind of the puzzle-like problem solving. It focuses on a teenage physics prodigy who's tasked with helping the world's geniuses stop an asteroid from hitting the Earth. Alright, so those are all the movies in Phase 2. Let me know if you guys have any other suggestions for books that might fit well with these movies in the comments below. Again, if you missed out on my video for Phase 1, I'll link it down in the doobly-doo, and stay tuned for Phase 3. I love you guys, and I will see you later. Bye!